What's going on, Raider Vision? 2023-2024 sports season is upon us at Rutgers Newark. We're coming to you live from the Golden Dome Athletic Center, and I can't think of a better place to start than with the big man himself, Mr. Mark Griffin, Athletic Director, Rutgers Newark, Scarlet Raiders. Mark, how was that for an intro?
It was pretty good, John. I mean, you're fired up and the season hasn't even started.
Hey, man,
yet.
we got a little preseason volleyball going on in the Golden Dome. We're sequestered away in this secret conference room to talk about all secrets relating to preseason, fall sports. Kidding aside, Mark, optimism is high, hope abound.
Yeah.
Let's start with women's soccer. Thanks to you, we've got a brand new head coach in the mix, Mr. Nate Gagliardi. We had a chance to sit down with Nate earlier. Comes from a long list of accomplishments at Caldwell University, 16 years. Seems like the right guy for the job.
Yeah, we went through an extensive search last fall, and Nate kind of rose to the top, and he's been here since January, February, and it's just been great for us moving forward to have a experienced, seasoned coach. And I keep joking with Coach Gagliardi that he's undefeated. Everybody loves him. So, but we're excited. Preseason's been moving along really well, and they'll start Friday with a scrimmage against one of the Division II schools he used to play against, Dominican. So a lot's going to fall into place quickly for us with our next game after that being our first home game on September 1st.
And a pretty loaded returning cast for women's soccer. They had quite a run towards the end of last season.
Oh, yeah.
Oddly ranked 7th in the preseason NJAC coaches poll. Not that we give a whole lot of attention to those things, but interesting.
Yeah, preseason coaches polls are based upon the finish in last season, and we went into the end of the postseason last year with a tight a win or a loss could have moved us from 3rd to 6th or 7th even. So a lot of coaches will look and see who's graduated, who's coming back, but I don't know if being preseason 7's a bad thing. We always joke you don't want to be number 1 because everybody's going to be coming for you. But I think the talent we have will play out in the first couple of weeks, and people will see how good we really are.
Well, it starts with Layla Ediyebi, who's coming off a tremendous season. Coach Gagliardi and I spoke a little bit about her. But the one thing that can be counted on is the strength of this conference as a whole. What has been your experience in this offseason with regard to the NJAC as a whole, Commissioner Small, any interactions with that? And are you happy with where this program is right now with women's soccer?
I think our conference is changing. Joe Russo has retired at the College of New Jersey. We've had some other coaching changes in the conference, so it's a fresh start. And I think we've got a new coach going into it, and I think we're kind of excited about where it's going to take us. But the first week or two will be non-conference opponents, and then we'll roll into the conference season, and hopefully the results start showing how good we think we are.
Let's move on now to another rookie head coach in her first season, women's volleyball, Savani Khan. Great job. Sarah Lawrence, Lehman College. She's from Alaska, played in her own right at the University of Alaska Fairbanks. Walk us through what that process was, and are you happy with women's volleyball, who's certainly been in a rebuilding mode the last couple of seasons?
Last year, we kind of got stuck, and our coach quit in a week before the season started. And Aiden Albrecht, our men's coach, stepped in to help us through the season. And I can't be happier with where we're at with women's volleyball. Savani came in near December, and all she's done is recruit. And we've got 26, 27 kids on the roster.
Incredible.
As you said, we have our first scrimmage today, and it's just it's been fun. I told Coach Khan that I said volleyball is one of our best sports here and more fun. It's indoors. It's in the fall. I think we're going to be in a great place in the next 3 or 4 weeks as people start seeing who we are and what our new talent looks like.
Well, coming out of the gym where the scrimmage is about to kick off in about 20 minutes, preseason scrimmage for women's volleyball, I looked around. I said, "Is this both teams?" I mean,
Yeah.
I've never seen so many numbers, Mark, on this women's volleyball team since I've been here.
Yeah,
and not only that, you got some size now on this
Yes,
team to compete with some of the top echelon teams in this
Coach
conference.
Khan and I've talked extensively through the spring, and her goal was to get as many volleyball players in here as we can and take the kids' talent level and look to take to the next step. And our conference as a whole, top to bottom, may not be as strong in volleyball as we are in other sports. So I'm really excited about this. I mean, you're right. We do have some size. We do have some numbers. I mean, every day I stop in at practice in the morning, and it's almost like they're growing on trees, or just adding more kids and kids and kids. So
it's incredible.
We've got some kids that, we're down the trainer's room and they're back, but we've got a big, healthy squad. And we've got a scrimmage today, and then next week we start with a JV game. And I can't tell you how excited the buzz is around here about how much we've moved forward in a short period of time.
And you got they kick off the season at Cedar Point at September 2nd, I believe. Also pretty cool to be back in the gym, the brand new floor.
I was thinking about that, John. Last year,
it's just I just feel it's so much more exciting at this stage. Last year, a lot of hits and COVID and the floor problems, and you put in brand new floors.
Yeah, I said something to Coach Khan this morning. I said, it's nice to walk in the gym for practice knowing we don't have to play in here because it's too loud in there. The games were just electric last year, but getting back to the dome and the atmosphere and stuff, I think today's going to be a big day for us just to kind of get back into the gym and volleyball.
I say maybe second in years served at this Rutgers Newark athletic program would be Kevin East, who's pivoting to soccer now, men's soccer, about to start, I think, his 17th season. You've been here 19. If you want to talk about consistency, and just having the opportunity to sit down with Coach, how hard he works with recruiting, the success the program's had, tell me a little bit about, even with the loss of Franco Catania, your thoughts about men's soccer as we head into a brand new season.
We finished up last year winning an ECAC championship in the cold weather out in Alvernia. And I think, like Kevin does most years, he'll build on his success from past years to the future. And we've talked about practice and stuff, and he seems very excited about the group of kids that we have and the progress that we're making. And I can't even imagine what it's going to be like, next weekend when we start the season, because there's a lot of anticipation, there's a lot of new faces, a lot of new talent, and I think we're deeper. I think the last 2 years we've been pretty deep in our top 11, and 11 to 22 has kind of fallen off a little bit. What I'm seeing and what I'm hearing is we're deep 22 kids. So
that's exactly what he said.
When you have that kind of atmosphere in practice every day, when you miss a touch, you start looking over your shoulder because there's somebody behind you that can make that touch. So I think that competitive atmosphere and the level of talent we have daily in practice is just going to help us move to the next level this year.
Yeah, certainly a team that's very technical. May not be the biggest, most physical team, but the kid from England, Milne, has been a great addition, another year under his belt. Defensively with Rodriguez, and a goaltending competition where you got 3 or 4 guys that are certainly going to be in the mix, and nothing better than a little inter-team competition to bring out the best.
There's nothing better than having that game atmosphere in practice every day. I mean, great teams have that, and I think we've gotten to the point where we're gonna do that in men's soccer, and it'll be interesting to see. I think we were ranked preseason number 3, which Coach East probably isn't happy about because you never can be ranked too high or too low. But it's an opportunity for us to build, and I think last year we kind of fell short on some areas, and I think that we've had a phenomenal year recruiting, and we're going to start to see all that hard work in the winter and the spring pay off for us now.
Well, the buzz is definitely back in this building, particularly, Mark, here at the Golden Dome Athletic Center. For those who don't know, walk us through what the preseason looks like. So we've got fall sports, men's and women's soccer, women's volleyball, and the place is buzzing. We've got a ton of kids here. Practice. How does that work in terms of two-a-days, meals, and what is it like for a student athlete here at Rutgers Newark in the fall?
We like to joke around that our summer ends like the beginning of August because We do start preseason practice probably 17th or 18th of August, depending on the practice opportunities prior to the first game. The kids move in, we house everybody on campus, we feed everybody, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then as the season starts progressing closer and closer to the start of school, we'll pair back to a one-a-day practice, which will probably start for most of the sports by, well, we start games next Friday, Saturday, so we'll probably start pairing back to one-a-days. But it's a good opportunity for the teams to get to know each other. It's a good opportunity for our staff to start paying attention to who the trainers are, who the sports information people are, because before we know it, school's going to start. We're back. We're probably about a week or so behind Division I schools in terms of their scheduling, but we'll start next Friday, and in men's soccer and in women's soccer. And women's volleyball starts on Saturday. So we'll start before school even starts. And then we'll be back on Tuesday, September 5th, back in school and everything. So it's a quick start.
Right after Labor Day, we're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to having you all season long, our loyal viewers on Raider Vision. Lots of cool stuff, lots of hope, Mark, lots of optimism, but for really good reason this season, and lots of changes. So lots to look forward to. Please continue to join us live. We will bring you every game. John Heffernan, that's me, on the play-by-play. And I want to thank Mark Griffin again for sitting in with us to give you guys a little taste of what's to come. I'm excited, Mark. I don't know about you.
It's been a long summer in some ways for us, but seeing the progress that we made, especially with our two new fall sport coaches, Coach Kahn and Coach Gagliardi, I'm looking forward to the start.
So we'll be back here at the Golden Dome for women's volleyball, men's and women's soccer, Frederick Douglass Field, right down the street. If you can't make it to the game, tune in, catch us on Raider Vision. Mark Griffin, I want to thank you so much for joining us. The athletic director starting his 19th season here at Rutgers Newark. I better be invited to the party for the 20th year, next year. But it's all about the present. We look forward to seeing you guys all season long. Thanks so much for tuning in. For Mark Griffin, I'm John Heffernan. And remember, everybody, let's go Scarlet Raiders!